Hey guys, first pickup video now that I'm back at school. As you guys saw, I picked up that Daytona Netlink edition game for the Saturn, but I'm actually going to save this to the end to talk more about it and kind of give you guys a story and my perspective on the whole thing. So we kind of just have a lot of everything. We got stuff that I've gotten now that I'm back at school. I did a trade with Boomstick229, so I'll probably show that first. And then some stuff I actually got while I was back in Ohio, kind of like the day before I actually left, so I brought that stuff along with me to show you guys. We'll start off with a trade with Boomstick229. Really cool guy if you guys haven't checked out his channel before. He's really knowledgeable about all kinds of systems, and he really, sparks my interest in other stuff like TurboGrafx, that maybe eventually, if I can ever find any of it, I would start collecting for that as well. So, really cool guy. If you want to see what I sent him, I will put his link in the description below, so give him a subscription because he's a really awesome dude. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what he gave me. The very first thing is a copy of Donkey Kong 64. I actually didn't have this game as common as it is, so I needed it for my collection. I actually played it the other day, and I'm not super impressed with it. I thought it was okay, but I don't know, I just wasn't like a huge fan of it. I kind of like the classic, Donkey Kong games on like the Super Nintendo and stuff like that. But, it was alright, and now I can add it to my collection. And then he included the expansion pack with it, which was really nice as well. Then, definitely the coolest thing was this sealed Beavis and Butthead for the Genesis. I didn't have this game, so to have it sealed is, just awesome. And I have to get a protector around this just to protect the seal, but, yeah, very cool to have this game. Then he threw in 2 extras, cool spot for the Genesis here. Don't have this game, so I'll be looking forward to making it complete. And then a game that I've been meaning to pick up, which it's funny that he threw this in, Trauma Center Second Opinion for the Wii. I've been meaning to get it, but I kind of just kept forgetting about it. So it was cool that he, threw that in as a bonus. So thank you so much for these. Alright, then we'll do the stuff that I got prior to coming back to school. I went to the flea market the day before I left. I left on Saturday. My mom and I went to the flea market on Friday. And we went kind of later in the day, kind of like at 11 o'clock on, just because my mom doesn't really like waking up early if she doesn't have to. So her and I went, and I actually found more stuff than I thought I would. So I'll go ahead and get into that. First vendor I stopped at, I got 2 PlayStation games. Top Gun Fire at Will here. I didn't have either of these, so it was really nice. And then Spider-Man, and I have the second one, and I needed the first one for my collection, so now I finally have it. Both these games are complete. And then I picked up 2 manuals for games that I don't have. Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, the 4 Swords edition of it, or whatever. I don't know too much about this game, but cool to have the manual. And then a game I've been actively pursuing for a while. I've been trying to find it, just I don't really want to pay like $30 for it, which is about retail. But it's Luigi's Mansion. So it was really cool to, find the manual for it. I was really disappointed that he didn't have the game to either of these. I don't know if, someone else bought them, but I don't think they would have left the manuals there. So either way, cool to have. And I paid $2 for all of it. He originally wanted $1 per game and then 25 cents for the manual. And I was like, can you just take $2 since I didn't feel like finding change? And he said that was fine. So cool there. Then at the next vendor, I found a game, just nothing special. Pro Pinball, fantastic journey here. Originally the guy wanted 2. I said 1, he said no. I put it down, and then he said you could have it for 1. So, I'll pick up any game pretty much for $1. Then at another vendor, I picked up 2 Sega games, which is rare because I never find anything Sega at flea markets. Or not really a whole lot in my hometown in general, but recently I have, so that's been kind of nice. I paid $5 for both these games. She originally wanted 3 apiece, but I just said we'd do 2 for $5, and she said that was fine. Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation for the Dreamcast here, which is nice because I don't really have that many Dreamcast games, but I do really like the system, but the games are just so hard to come by where I'm from, so nice to finally find another one. Then we got a game I've been looking for, so I'm happy to have it, Tasmania for the Genesis. And like I said, I paid $5 for both those games. Then, the final vendor, I picked up 2 games, Donkey Kong Country here, and this is actually my copy, the copy that I picked up from the Flea Market is in my Superboy right now. I was playing it earlier. And for some reason, my copy has, like, paint on it. I think I bought it this way a really long time ago, but I don't know how to get it off. I was trying, like, Goo Gone and, you know, different techniques, but if anyone has any idea how to get paint off cartridges, let me know so I can, you know, get rid of this cart, because it's in very nice shape other than the, random paint stains on it. And then I picked up Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Game Boy here. I did not have this, so, and the save battery is still good on it, so that's nice. He wanted $10 for this, and he didn't have a price marked on, this one. So I said, would you do, you know, both of them for $8? And he said, you know, no, I'll take 10 for both of them. So I wasn't going to argue. I took 10. I didn't think he really wanted to come down very much anyway. Then, oh, the last thing I got, back home was a game I've been looking for a while, but I just never really wanted to pay, like $17 for it used, so I found it new at Kmart, kind of where I found the rest of those games, for $15, and I didn't think that was too bad. Harvest Moon Animal Parade. You guys know how much I love Harvest Moon games. Like I said, it is factory sealed there, which is totally fine because my brother's a big Harvest Moon fan too, and he has pretty much like all the games, so if I ever want to play Animal Parade, I'll probably just play his copy. Still missing Tree of Tranquility, so if anyone has that, let me know. Then I think we're at school. Yeah, we're at school. Saturday was a really crazy day, my move-in day, but I did manage to, you know, make a little time to go game hunting. That was, like, the first thing I wanted to do. So I went to GameStop, and I picked up a Wii game, Final Fantasy, Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bearers, right here. I think this was $7.99, I believe. You know, retail, but I didn't mind paying it. Then I went to BuyBacks, picked up a couple games. Spider-Man for the Genesis here. This was Genesis here, but this was $4.99. You know, which is a little high. Normally I wouldn't pay that much for like a loose cart. But if you guys remember, I picked up the box and manual for this game in like that Sega pickup I had, like in one of my first videos. So now I have the game complete. Then I picked up for $3.99 Tiny Toon Adventures Buster's Hidden Treasure. I really love these like Tiny Toon games. I think they're fun. And like the Looney Tunes and stuff. I'm still looking for Looney Tunes basketball for the Super Nintendo. At least I think it's Looney Tunes. It might be Tiny Toons. But either way, I'm looking out for that game. And then another game, ironically, I found this game for $1.99. And if you guys remember, I picked it up sealed a while ago for $20 because I know this game is definitely going to be valuable in the future. And I was surprised it was only $1.99, but I picked it up, Pandoras Tower for the Wii here. And it is complete. But just to find this for $1.99, you know, is amazing. I would have paid $1.99 just for the cart, or just for the disc. So, you know, to have it complete is even better. And it's cool because I did, you know, want to play through this game, so now I actually am going to be able to. Then, got some boxed games from my teammate. I think I mentioned a couple videos ago that my teammate actually had some boxes to give me. And, turns out they actually had the manuals with them as well. So that was cool. And, you know, they're not in the best shape. I'm definitely going to have to upgrade them because, you know, I don't really want, like, boxes that are kind of ratty in my collection. But either way, it's still cool to have. Kobe Bryant NBA Courtside, and these are all complete. She just gave me the boxes and manuals, like I said, so I took the loose carts of the games that I had and just put them in here. We got one of the boxes that's in pretty rough shape, NASCAR 99. As you can see, it's not really closing very well. But, you know, I'm sure I'll upgrade them eventually. But for now, they will do. One of the better ones, Mario Kart 64. Unfortunately, it is the player's choice. But other than that, it's very complete. And I'm actually in the process right now of getting the regular box and manual, the regular version of this game. So if anyone is interested in the player's choice box and manual only, let me know. I'd probably be willing to let it go. It's not in the best shape, you know, but it's decent. I'd say, you know, there's not really any major damages to the box. So another very good game. Box is a little beat up though. Mario Tennis here. You know, there's a little tear right there, which is a little bit irritating, but like I said, I'm sure I'll upgrade eventually. Then the last game, which is unfortunately the only game that I don't have, surprisingly, Banjo Kazooie. I've just never really found it out in the wild, but again, it is the player's choice version. So, you know, for now, I'll hold on to it. You know, at least I'll have the Kart and manual when I do get my own copy, and I'll just have to upgrade the box. Then we'll get into some stuff I got at Play and Trade. There's 2 Play and Trades in my area, so I knew there was like a bunch of Sega stuff that was traded in. I saw it over the Facebook, so immediately I tried to go over there as fast as I could, and I pretty much picked up majority of the stuff that was left. At the first Play and Trade, I got Iron Man Exo Manowar in Heavy Metal. I think that's what it's called, or it might be, you know, opposite or something like that. But it is complete. It looks like a kind of interesting game. And I believe this was only $3.99. I might have got it cheaper than that. Then the next Play and Trade, got a couple games here. We got Resident Evil Director's Cut. I got this for $4.99. I actually don't have any of the Resident Evil games on the PlayStation, surprisingly. Now I have this one, but... And then the Resident Evil 2 demo in there. So for $4.99, I'll definitely pay that for any Resident Evil game. Then we got 2 pretty nice Saturn games that I thought were, you know, priced very decently. We got Astal, and this one was $5 even. And for being in as nice of a shape as it is, I was surprised to find this for $5. You know, but I was definitely going to capitalize on it and pick it up, because the Saturn is one of my favorite systems. Then we got another game I was happy to find. This one was $7.99, I believe. I might have paid a little bit cheaper because I am a rewards member there. Panzer Dragoon 2, which I needed for my collection. Again, very, very nice and complete with the foam in there and everything. So to find both of these games at those prices, I thought was a really good deal. I don't know, I think the owner of that Play and Trade might be, you know, kind of slacking a little bit, because he's the one that does all the pricings majority of the time, and that is where I got that Daytona Netlink game. So it was cool to pick both of these up. The only Panzer Dragoon game I need now is obviously Panzer Dragoon Saga, but that game's, you know, definitely going to be a little harder to find. Then I believe that is everything. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Daytona game. So here it is. You know, I found it exactly like this. And it came with all kinds of inserts. The supplemental manual right here. So basically how the story goes about this game is I was on my way to work, and I had a little bit of free time, so I was like, you know, I'm just going to stop over at Play and Trade, because there was a couple things that I wanted to get there that I'm going to end up showing in my next video. So when I walked up to the Saturn section just to kind of look around, I saw the game sitting exactly like this. And I don't know much about it, but I did know that, you know, there was a really rare Daytona game for the Saturn, and that it had, like, a black and white manual. So I opened up the game, and I saw that it had the supplemental manual to it, the actual colored version. And unfortunately, Play and Trade doesn't put the discs in the games, so I didn't know for sure. So I kind of took the games up to the register, and I know the guy that works there. For the most part, I know the majority of the employees because I'm there, you know, multiple times a week. And I knew that this guy wasn't a big, like, retro gamer. He wasn't, you know, too big into Sega stuff. And my, you know, knowledge with Sega stuff has been, you know, growing over the past year. So I kind of just took advantage, and you know, I was like, can I see the disc for this game? And he showed it to me, and immediately I knew that that was definitely it, because when I was in the store, I was kind of looking online to see what the disc was going to look like, and I saw, you know, that it was going to say Netlink and the not for resale. So as soon as I saw the disc, I was like, I'm picking it up, and I paid $9.99. I might have paid a little bit more, or a little bit less, you know, because I have the rewards thing. I'm not totally sure, but you know, I was extremely shocked, obviously. As for what I'm going to do with it, a lot of people have been telling me, oh, you know, you should just get rid of it, you know, and buy games you really want to. And, you know, honestly, I did think about that for a while. I sat down, I had a talk with some of my friends, and I was like, you know, if it were you guys, what would you do? And, you know, after talking to them and stuff like that, you know, really, you know, thinking about it, I don't think I'd be able to give this game up. I really don't. You know, in my opinion, this is a once-in-a-lifetime find, and you know, I can honestly say I highly doubt I would ever have, you know, anything this big again. You know, it'd be really nice if I could find other rare games, but I definitely think that this is going to be a huge staple in my collection. And, you know, a lot of people are like, you know, it's just for bragging rights, but honestly, I'm not really that kind of person. I'm not one to, you know, brag about my collection. A lot of people don't even really know that I collect video games, and it's not because, you know, I'm embarrassed or ashamed or anything like that, because, you know, I do love it. You know, most people in my life know that I collect, but I'm not really one that goes out of my way to tell people that I collect video games, or, like, that I have, you know, like, rare games like this. So that's not really going to be a problem for me. I'm not going to be like, you know, oh, hi, nice to meet you, by the way, I have, you know, this super expensive game. Like, that's just not who I am. So, I know that I'm definitely going to be happier hanging on to this, and I know deep down that if I got rid of it, I would definitely regret it in the future. So, you know, it kind of sucks because there's a lot of games that I would like to buy with it. Panzer Dragoon Saga, Bomberman for the Saturn, Shining Force 3, Magic Knight Rare, the game I've been, you know, looking for so long. It'd be awesome to buy all of those, but I know deep down that if I got rid of this game, I'm talking so fast, I'm like out of breath. I know deep down if I got rid of this game, I would, you know, be really upset and sad. So this is definitely going to be a staple in my collection that I'm very, very happy to have. So that is it, guys. You know, thank you for all the subscribers. As soon as I posted the video about this game, it was funny. I just got like a huge boost. But, you know, that was really cool. So keep up the subscriptions. Like, subscribe, comment. You know, I love talking to you guys. You know, tell me how you feel about my decision to not sell this game. You know, if you hate it, if you think I'm crazy, whatever. But, yeah, so have a good week.